In an age where silicon is more powerful than steel, control over microchips has become the ultimate weapon. The US and China are neck-deep in a brutal tech war, and now, a shocking incident involving a hijacked Nvidia chip with chip shipment has thrown gasoline on the fire. The story making waves: a high-value shipment of Nvidia chip next-gen AI chips, worth over $200 billion, reportedly hijacked en route to a secure US destination. But this wasn't your typical sea robbery. The moment the ship entered international waters near Chinese territory, it vanished. No pirates, no distress calls, just gone. Now, reports are surfacing that China may have intercepted the ship, taking possession of the chips that are considered vital to US defense, AI research, and the future of global computing. Let's break it all down: the backstory, what was really on board, why it matters, and what this means for the world. The chip wars. Why these chips are so valuable. To understand why this hijacking has shocked the world, we need to understand what was on board. The ship was reportedly carrying Nvidia's H100 Tensor Core GPUs, the most advanced AI chips ever built. These chips aren't just powering ChatGPT, image generators, or self-driving car platforms. They're the lifeblood of the global AI race. Data centers, military simulation platforms, autonomous drones, and cutting-edge biotech all rely on them. Each H100 chip can cost $25,000 to $40,000, depending on the configuration. Multiply that by 5 million chips, and you start to see the $200 billion estimate take shape. This isn't just cargo. It's the national infrastructure on silicon. The alleged hijack. What happened to the Nvidia ship? According to leaked maritime data and sources within the tech industry, a vessel owned by a Taiwanese logistics firm, contracted by Nvidia, departed from the port of Kaohsiung, loaded with secure containers of H100 and a 100 GPUs destined for US-based data centers and defense contractors. But as the ship neared the South China Sea, particularly near contested waters close to China's claimed maritime territory, something strange happened. The ship's transponder went offline. Satellite tracking lost the vessel for nearly 18 hours. When the signal reappeared, the ship had changed course, and several containers were reportedly missing. The shipping firm has remained tight-lipped, while Nvidia has issued a vague statement saying it is monitoring the situation closely. But leaked satellite imagery suggests the containers may have been offloaded onto smaller Chinese vessels before disappearing entirely. China's role: plausible deniability or strategic move. The US intelligence community is pointing fingers at China, suggesting that this was not coincidence, but a covered operation to seize US chip technology, a resource China has been banned from accessing due to recent export restrictions. Why would China do this? In 2022 and 2023, the US Department of Commerce issued strict bans preventing companies like Nvidia from selling high-end AI chips to China, citing national security concerns. In response, China's AI ambitions have slowed significantly. For China, these chips are more than just tech. They're keys to future dominance in military AI, cyber warfare, and surveillance. So, did China intercept the ship in retaliation or desperation? They deny any involvement, but their silence on the specifics is making the international community increasingly suspicious. How the US is responding. If the hijacking is confirmed, it would be a direct economic attack on a private American firm and a major escalation in the ongoing US-China tech war. Sources close to the Pentagon and White House suggest the US is considering several responses, including sanctions on Chinese maritime entities, military patrols in the South China Sea, an emergency meeting with allies like Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea, accelerating chip production within the US via the Hijacks Act. There are also calls in Congress to treat the hijacking as an act of economic terrorism, demanding international accountability. Could this be a false flag or corporate cover-up? Some analysts caution against jumping to conclusions. There is a possibility that the incident is being exaggerated or misrepresented, either by US media, intelligence agencies, or even Nvidia itself. Why? For one, Nvidia has had mounting pressure to repatriate its supply chains and build more chips on American soil. A scandal like this could push governments to invest more in domestic production, benefiting Nvidia in the long term. Others believe this could be industrial espionage gone wrong, and Nvidia is playing damage control by pointing to a larger geopolitical narrative. Still, the circumstantial evidence is hard to ignore, especially when China's record on chip acquisition includes backdoor purchases, shell companies, and high-stakes intellectual property theft. The Tech Cold War. What's at stake? This incident highlights a broader truth. We are already in a tech Cold War, and microchips are the new nuclear codes. Control over advanced chips means dominance in artificial intelligence, superiority in military defense systems, influence in cybersecurity and encryption, global economic leverage. The US currently leads the world in high-end chip design, thanks to companies like Nvidia, AMD, and Intel. But most manufacturing still occurs in Taiwan, a geopolitical flashpoint. China, on the other hand, is desperate to catch up, pouring billions into local chip startups, acquiring foreign talent, and allegedly hijacking shipments like this one. Why $200 billion matters more than you think? You might be asking, why would anyone go to such extremes over computer chips? Let's put it in perspective. A single H100 chip can train an AI model that automates weapons systems, battlefield decisions, or disinformation campaigns. With 5 million such chips, a country could theoretically train hundreds of GPT-scale AIs, simulate nuclear detonation outcomes, create a national surveillance program rivaling anything in the West. So this isn't just theft. It's a transfer of future power from one global superpower to another. What this means for Nvidia and global tech. This hijack, if proven true, puts Nvidia in the crosshairs. The company is already the most valuable semiconductor firm in the world, briefly reaching a market cap of over $3 trillion in 2024. Now, investors are rattled. Stock prices dipped after the reports. Internal reviews are underway to examine security protocols for chip transport. Experts warn that unless the US fully internalizes the chip supply chain, from design to manufacturing to delivery, incidents like this could happen again. It's also a wake-up call to global tech companies. No cargo, no matter how advanced, is safe in today's geopolitical climate. The hijacking of Nvidia's $200 billion chip shipment is more than a story of missing cargo. It's a snapshot of a changing world, where data, not oil, is the new treasure, and where wars may be fought not on the battlefield, but in cargo holds and data centers. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as shocking as we did, hit that like button, subscribe for more eye-opening breakdowns, and share your thoughts in the comments. Is this the start of World War AI?